Hi, Hiram here. Today I want to try making some rice in this GSI Halulite Pressure Cooker. If you've watched some of my old videos, you saw that I like making rice because there's so much you can do with it. Adding fruit, adding meat and gravy, even just adding flavored like chicken bouillon, beef bouillon. The stuff I like when I want to make regular rice is this Jasmine Rice. It's a nice tasting stuff out of Thailand, but it takes a long time to cook if you cook it the regular way. This should only take a couple of minutes trying it with the pressure cooker. Now I've done it on the bigger pressure cooker, but I want to try the small one. Let me light this. I'm going to make it on the Mojo stand using the Mini Trangia. Let me let that light up. Now, what I'm going to do is what they call a pan in a pot method. This is the cooking rack that I got from Amazon. You need something like this in the bottom of the pot to elevate what you're cooking up off the bottom so it doesn't get burned. When I've made rice right in the pot before, not this one but the bigger one, it's kind of iffy, but when I found this pot in a pan, or pan in a pot, whichever way you want to look at it, the rice comes out perfect just about every time. Now what you do with the rice is, this is going to be 1 cup of rice with 1.5 cups of water. I wash the rice off like 3 or 4 times so that the water isn't so cloudy. And this is the kind of pan that I'd use inside a bigger one, inside the bigger pan. But what I'm going to do today is make the rice in something that we'd normally use, the Boy Scout kit. So this is 1 cup of rice, 1.5 cups of water. Then we just pour it into there. Okay. So there we have 1 cup of rice, 1.5 cups of water. The pressure cooker, 1/2 cup of water poured into the bottom. That'll give me the steam that I need. Okay, here we have the Mojo and the Trangia. Just put that on like that. Put your rice pan down in. Now this is nice because it's got a handle, so you just move that to the side. Now this pan does have a lid, but don't use the lids inside the pressure cooker. You want that steam and everything to get around and just spread around the whole thing. So with this, we just line up the arrows on the lid and the handle, turn it to the side, set the jiggler, start this, and let's see how long it takes to get steam out of the top. I have to adjust the camera to tilt it up a little bit, but I'll be right back. Okay, we're about 9.5 minutes into the time, and the jiggler is now starting to jiggle. Once it gets to a full jiggle, I have to put the simmer ring on the burner. I don't know if I mentioned, but the Trangia I'm using is the one that was modified with Wawhiker's carbon felt idea on the inside. That seems to last a whole lot longer and work pretty well with the simmer ring. Now, you have to adjust this. You can't just let it go. Okay, let me... Come on. We'll do it 4 minutes from now. That's about all it should take to cook the rice. Let me put the simmer ring on. just want this to jiggle, but not jiggle hard, because if you've got a lot of steam coming out of there, that's your water going, and you don't really want it to leave the pot. Okay, that's a pretty nice, if it stays like that, that's a pretty nice jiggle. Alright, so I'll be back in about 4 minutes and we'll see what happens. I hope you can see it, but that's a nice jiggle there. It's just jiggling a little bit. I guess that's why they call it the jiggler. Okay, there we have 4 minutes. That's about all it takes usually for me to make it on the big pot. So we'll see what happens here. What we have to do now is take this off the flame and let the pressure come down on its own. Let me shut this off. Okay, let this go for a couple minutes and I'll be back and we'll open it up. Okay, let's see what we got here. Check for pressure. Nope, nothing in there. Now, as always, when you open up something like this, open it up away from you in case steam or whatever can come out. So we just opened, turn it counterclockwise, lift the lid away from you. Cool. Watch out for the hot water on the lid. Pull that out. And you can see I only put a half a cup of water in there. There you go. See it on the bottom? There's still some water in there, which is what you want. You don't want it to run dry. And let's see what we got here. Now see how it almost came to the top of this pot. That's enough rice for 2 or 3 people, depending on what you do with it. So what you do is you just fluff it up. This is all cooked. Not mushy. Doesn't look like it's dry anywhere. If I wanted to make this much rice, though, I might make it in a little bit larger pot. I should have let this set. I'm kind of mushing it up now. Let's see. I think I said earlier, I like making, if I'm not going to use it with rice, with fruit or something, I like putting a broth in here for the water. Chicken broth, beef bouillon broth, something with flavor. Then you could just about eat this just the way it is. Otherwise, I do like mixing this with a can of fruit cocktail or something. That's a nice, easy little meal. Dessert meal, whatever. If you like rice, excuse me. If you like rice, this is good. This is nice. Now this isn't, like I said before, this isn't a rig that you'd stick in your backpack. But if you're going car camping, excuse me. Sorry about talking with my mouth full. If you're going car camping or winter camping with your polk or something, canoeing. It'd be a great thing for canoeing, where you don't have to worry too much about the weight. Maybe if you were going camping with a couple of guys, couple of people, where you're going to share the weight, this would work out pretty good. Can't use this on a wood fire, but we see that it does work with the Trangia. Leastways on something this short. I'll have to try making some other meal, stews or something. But I'm real happy with this. Just need a larger pot next time, maybe, or less rice. So I thank you for watching. I hope this helps. I look forward to your input, questions, remarks, helpful suggestions. And as always, watch for my buddy Max. I gotta go see if I have a can of fruit cocktail.